Hey, what's going on, SWAC fans? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the SWAC podcast. And thank you so much for checking out the State of the SWAC. And on this edition, we're going to be talking about Alabama A&M and their coaching staffs taking shots at Jackson State head coach Deion Sanders. Now, it's been about 2 weeks since Alabama A&M took on Jackson State University, and it was a very high-scoring game. Alabama A&M ended up getting a win. People probably saw the game. You probably saw Akil Glass account for 7 touchdowns, 50-plus points, and they knocked off Jackson State University. And as of right now, Alabama A&M is going to be taking on Arkansas Pine Bluff for a shot at the SWAC championship. But you would think that Coach Cornell Maynard and his coaching staff would be excited, just focusing on the SWAC championship, the fact that they haven't been there in quite some time. But Coach Maynard has taken upon himself to go and still continue to take shots at head coach Deion Sanders. And he has his own coaching show. And a question was asked to him pertaining to him giving Deion Sanders advice as a coach. And this is what he said.
What do you think in giving him some advice, if he would have called you, what would you have told him that he had to be careful with?
He got assistant coaches. He got NFL coaches. He talked about how good his staff is and how good they are. So I'm sure that he can lean on those guys for advice. So he didn't call me, but, he's the enemy. He's the enemy, I'm not going to give him any advice.
You told him to practice at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, I told him, recruit some more 5 stars. You talking about all the 4 or 5 stars you recruited. You're not the only one to recruit 5 stars and 4 stars. We do too. Let's go. We got guys coming back next year too. Yeah, everybody wait for next year. Well, we're playing right now. Okay? Everybody like their team at the beginning of the year.
Right.
So, it is what it is. So I'm going to have some different players out there next year too. I'm not going to play with the exact same team. So let's go. Bring it. We here. We ain't going nowhere.
So as you can see, Coach Maynard, he's really fired up in this video. It seems like the guy, I don't know what his name is. It seems like he's trying to fire him up and trying to instigate things. But, you can tell, he's really passionate about this. But it turns out earlier this week, or if you're looking at this video, I'm recording it on Friday, this past Wednesday, the SWAC committee has decided to put the SWAC championship game in Jackson. We know that Jackson is the home of the Jackson State Tigers. Veterans Memorial Stadium is where the Tigers play. And, of course, we know that Jackson State is coached by Coach Prime Deion Sanders. But it just seems like Alabama State just continues to want to focus on Jackson State, and includes one of their recruiting coaches and one of their running backs coaches. And he says, we'll come back to Jackson. We already won there. This is not about Deion Sanders. They already lost. I'm just saying. Talk about Alabama A&M and Alabama A&M University, ESPN. Higher seed, host the game, not right. So as you can see, he's taking another shot at Deion Sanders. But, a lot of coaches out there and a lot of people that are friends with Deion Sanders, they are really, taking this very serious. They feel like these coaches are trying to defame the great name of Deion Sanders, including one of his close friends and coaches, Corey Fuller. And this is what he said after he seen the tweet by the running back coach.
Hi, I'm Corey Fuller. I was sent a tweet this morning from an Alabama A&M coaching staff member. Coach Maynard, y'all won a great game 2 weeks ago against Jackson State. You had your 15 minutes of fame. You talked real tough on the video. You said what you had to say. You let your feelings be known. But Deion Sanders is only trying to bring spotlight, revenue, and better resources to HBCU football and to the SWAC conference. For you presidents that allow your coaches to keep trying to defame Deion Sanders, one thing we know for sure, Deion has a way of talking. He has a way of making things sound sweet and look good. But I know this for a fact. He has a harder goal to help his people. Y'all coaches that are supposed to be leaders We have enough foolishness going on in this world, in our own communities, and against black people. But you continue to make yourself bigger than what you are for your 15 minutes of fame. That is shameful.
Whew, man, I tell you, that's some powerful stuff right there by Coach Fuller. But here's the thing, and I know a lot of Alabama A&M students are excited about them playing in a SWAC championship game, and I can understand the coaches being excited, but I never seen a team so successful be so insecure. This is a very insecure coaching staff. This is a very insecure individuals that we just watch right here. Here you see Coach Maynard. His team is undefeated. And as of right now, he has the best quarterback in the Southwestern Athletic Conference in the Kill Glass. A guy, in my opinion, that is going to be playing on Sundays. You have one of the best offenses, some of the best wide receivers in the SWAC as of right now. And I feel like your focus needs to be on Arkansas Pine Bluff, which I am going to give a shout out to Coach Doc Gamble, because this guy right here, the only thing he is trying to be focused on is trying to win football games. You don't see Doc Gamble all up on the news. You don't see him trying to steal the spotlight, trying to get a little clout off of Deion Sanders like Cornell Maynard and his coaching staff are doing. Look, Deion Sanders is the greatest cornerback to ever play in the National Football League. Because he is the greatest cornerback that ever played in the National Football League, anything that he does is going to get attention. Everybody know about Deion Sanders back in the 90s. If you don't, go take a look. I know I got a lot of people that probably watched the State of the SWAC, probably don't remember when Deion Sanders was in his prime. The guy was flashy. He was fly. He was charismatic. And everybody wanted to be around him. And it's still like that today. You still have NFL players that are holding the ball up in the air, high-stepping and wearing the number 21 because of Deion Sanders. He is ingrained in pop culture. But how in the hell is it his fault that people want to come to the school and want to see the school be successful? I used the example not too long ago. I said Deion Sanders is like the young, vibrant preacher that comes into a Baptist church full of, old preachers, right? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody starts to flock to him. And all of a sudden it seems like those pastors, those older guys start to get a little envious of the style of that young preacher, the charisma of that young preacher. That's what this is like to me. Here you see a bunch of guys that are jealous. Yes, I'm going to call it for what it is. They are jealous that Jackson State is getting all this attention in spite of the fact that they have not been as successful as your team being undefeated. But how in the hell is that Deion Sanders' fault? How in the hell is that Jackson State University's fault? It is not. But I will tell you this. I don't feel like the SWAC, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, would be getting the attention that it's getting right now if it wasn't for Deion Sanders coming to Jackson State. And people need to have an appreciation for that. And maybe there's a little bit of jealousy because they feel like they wish that they can actually bring attention to the SWAC. Look, I love the Southwestern Athletic Conference. I've watched it ever since I was a kid. Me growing up in New Orleans, I used to watch the Bayou Classic. My freshman year, I attended Dillard University. I still watched the Bayou Classic. When I left after Hurricane Katrina, went to Jackson State University, going to the games, taking part in the games. I loved SWAC football. I love HBCU football. But at the same time, I got to be real with it. Nobody on a mainstream scale was checking for SWAC football, HBCU football. But Deion Sanders signs his name on a dotted line, comes to Jackson State. You see Deion Sanders on First Take. You see him on Undisputed, talking to Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, talking to all these mainstream media people and focusing on the SWAC. And how is it his fault? I never seen Deion Sanders say that, oh, these coaches can't coach. I'm going to teach y'all how to coach. The man just said that he's going to raise the bar. You know what I'm saying? Raising the bar to him is coming to a school that is not known for having high recruits and changing the narrative, changing the way people look at HBCU football. And a lot of people took that into, exception. But just call it for what it is. It was not on the lips of everybody the way that it is right now. They wasn't getting the revenue. They wasn't getting, games on a flagship station or anything like that. And people are like getting mad because of this. How are you getting mad at something that is true? It's a fact. The guy brings notoriety and cachet to the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And I apologize to Coach Maynard, and I apologize to his coaching staff that you guys aren't getting the attention that you deserve. Maybe, maybe you feel that way. I don't know. But the thing about it is you have yourself a really good football team, and you have a chance to do something that you haven't done in a very long time, and that's win the SWAC championship. And that should be your primary focus. You should not be focused on Deion Sanders, Jackson State University, and talking about all this nonsense in order to try to elevate yourself. Because, that's not a good look, man. It's like you're chasing clout here, and you don't have to. You don't have to be this insecure. You're at the top. So why the hell are you jealous? But I would love to hear from you. What do you think about Alabama A&M's Coach Maynard and his coaching staff taking shots at Coach Deion Sanders and Jackson State University? Comment down below, like and share this video. This has been the State of the SWAC podcast. Please subscribe to the channel, youtube.com, search The State of the SWAC. Also on Facebook, facebook.com, search The State of the SWAC podcast. Till next time, I'll see you down the road.